Hi, today is Saturday, January 21st, 2024. I want to talk about racism. And for post 9/11, I began to talking about racism in Canada because I began to experience this. I began to realize what does marginalism mean. And it all began when I graduated from University of Toronto with a degree in sociology. It was 2022, and no one was hiring me. There was always a problem with me, and all of a sudden people began to say, "You speak the English language with an accent." I'm like, "Wow, is that a problem?" Like as if people in Canada don't speak the English language with an accent. I tell you this: people in Ottawa, because I lived there for 9 months, when they say Ottawa, that's what people BC will say. But people in Ottawa, they will say Ottawa. People, I live in Toronto too. People in Toronto, they say Toronto. They don't say Toronto. Toronto. That's how they talk. That's their accent. And what happens, that's what I mean. People in Canada are very proud or arrogant. Proud is alternative of arrogant. Softer way of saying someone arrogant. People are very, very arrogant in Canada. And after that, they began to say, well, you are first generation, that's why you cannot get a job in this country. I'm like, okay. And now they are telling me, you don't know the culture, that's why you cannot have a job. That's why you cannot work. You don't know the culture. I'm like, what does it look like? Like, am I going to go to the workplace and I'm going to jump on people, or I'm going to do my job, go home? Particularly, I'm a very friendly person. I'm very respectful. I don't do anything that I shouldn't be doing because I want to maintain my relationship with people. So I'm going to treat them the way they want it. Treat them with respect, dignity, the way they want to be treated. I'm not saying that I'm going to go over there because someone has a low self-esteem, I start smacking them. No. I treat them with respect and dignity, the way they want to be treated. Because every person is different. So maybe someone like say, hey, how you doing? I imitate them. Hey, how you doing? Someone says, hi. Hi. That's what I mean. Okay? Not going showing disrespect to a fellow person. That's not what But racism, when I talk about racism in Canada, I'm not talking in the context of, because Canadians says, oh, we're not racist, we're not racist. I'm like, I'm not talking about Hitler racism, Madame Blavatsky's racism. I'm talking about economic racism here. You see, economic racism is like pie. It has a slice. When payments take a portion, no portion left for you. That's how you feel, but there's plenty going over there, but people are like, oh, nothing left for me. How dare of you taking my portion? You came after me. Okay, I'm going to talk pause here. And when did I realize I'm in a big mess? I made a mistake. I emigrated to Canada. It was 2007 when I noticed I'm not going anywhere in life. I hit rock bottom. I told myself, look, what did they do to the First Nations? First Nations showed them how to cultivate land, how to do farming, show them how to do medicine. When they're sick, what should they do? Help them with everything. And European settlers killed them. Europeans went to Africa, kidnapped people, forced them to stay on their land as a slave, and destroyed them. I couldn't leave Canada at that time. And one experience I have about First Nations, it was early, when I was like 5 years old. It was 1975 or 1976. I was watching John Wayne's movie, and he was going around and shooting. And my dad told me that it is totally the other way around. First Nations were were and are the civilized, and European settlers are the dangerous ones. They are not civilized. And having this kind of a knowledge, I would not be emigrating to Canada. Because I live here and I see people are very arrogant, infinity arrogant. They're proud that they're white, they're this, they're that. They're not humble people. So if I could emigrate to a European country, I would have, because I hear lots of stories that over there they're happy, they're working, they're doing their jobs, they're doing things. And I don't see myself having a future in Canada because it's not the place for me to be. I have to go. Particularly, don't come to British Columbia. It is extremely conservative, racist. And look at the map. This is something accurate to me. When I look at the world map, I'm like, this is end of the world that we are talking about. This is it. This is it. This is end of the world. You're at the end of the world. Like, you're not even in Toronto or Ottawa. You could hop in a plane and go Europe, do something, come back. You cannot do any of that thing. It is terrible. It is. Buildings are like, all the buildings in British Columbia are not designed to handle climate, hot or cold. Because what happens in a wintertime, it is really cold, it is damp, snow comes, and I have shown the pictures of my window. It is one pane, cold air is coming, the walls are very thin, cold airs are coming. And now in the summertime, the government is, when there is a fire forest, government is not extinguishing the fire, so smoke takes all over the place and comes into my apartment. And these smokes are dangerous because they contribute to all kinds of lung disease. I work at the VIP factory because I inhale toxic chemicals. I develop fatty liver, all that kind of thing. They were not giving workers a mask. So I develop fatty liver, all that kind of a thing. It is, don't come to Canada. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to deal with lots of big problems in your life. Cheers.